Hello, I'm State Senator John Kavanagh. Welcome to another edition of Kavanaghs Korner, my video report to my constituents. And I'll be talking about my bills that are going through the system this week. And at this point in the early stages of the legislature, we're talking about these bills passing out of committee. So I have 4 bills passed out of the Education Committee this week. 2 of them were replays from last year. The first one has to do with school staff and teachers using a pronoun or a nickname for a student that is not aligned with that student's biological sex. The bill says that no school personnel can call a student by such a inappropriate pronoun or nickname unless the parents consent. And in addition, when the parents do consent, no school employee can be forced to call the person by the pronoun that does not align with their biological sex if it violates the employee's religious or moral beliefs. This is important because students that want to be called by a different name or pronoun than their biological sex are so-called transgendered students. Many of them have a condition called gender dysphoria, which causes a lot of anxiety, sometimes even suicidal thoughts. So the parents may know about this and may have the child under psychiatric care. And the child's doctor may have told the parents, do not entertain a different pronoun or name that's different from the child's real sex because it could harm the child. So we certainly don't want school personnel harming children and threatening their psychological well-being or driving them to suicide. So we're going to require parental permission because also it's a matter of parents' rights. Parents determine what's good for their children, not a school staff member or a school teacher, however well-meaning they may be. The other bill that I did respects the privacy, the modesty of students, K-12, with respect to private spaces like bathrooms, locker rooms, and school showers, and hotel rooms on overnight school trips. My bill says that everybody has to be of the same biological sex. So no transgendered females, a biological male who identifies as female can be in the bathroom, locker room, school shower where people are naked, or bedroom on an overnight trip with people of the other gender. So no transgendered male who says he's a female in the girls' shower, naked next to young girls. That's inappropriate. But my bill does recognize that some of these transgender students might be uncomfortable in the facility that matches their biological gender. So my bill says that the school should provide them with a reasonable accommodation, which could be a single-user bathroom or shower or changing area. Moving on, I'm running a bill for State Superintendent of Education Tom Horn, which will actually put some teeth into the graduation requirement. Right now, students take the ACT, but they don't have to pass it. They just take it, and that's it. There's no incentive for them to study and learn. In fact, we have many failing schools, frankly, that students perform dismally low on these tests, but they're all graduating, which means they're just pushing these students out. In order to motivate these students, they will have to pass the ACT in either the junior or senior year, which gives them 4 opportunities. And the passing level is being set rather low in the beginning so that it will not be super difficult for these students to pass. But we would like them to think that it's a high-stakes test because that'll motivate them to study and probably improve their behavior in the school classroom. Finally, I have a bill which will allow candidates for school boards to gather petition signatures to be nominated and get on the ballot using the Secretary of State's website. Right now, for legislators and state offices and county officials, you can go to the Secretary's website, enter your name, your driver's license number, and you can electronically sign somebody's petition. The alternative is you have to go around with the sheet and get people to sign manually. So we're going to allow school board candidates the same privilege of getting people to do this electronically. And they usually give the person a link and say, go here, have your driver's license, and you can sign the petition for me. Did a bill in appropriations which will allow prosecutors who retire to return to work 6 months after they retire instead of waiting a year. There are a lot of rural counties that are desperately short of prosecutors, and allowing prosecutors who retire to come back quickly and maybe work part-time to help ease the shortage, seemed like a good idea. The prosecutors asked for this. I agreed, and it passed unanimously. In judiciary, I have two animal welfare bills. One has to do with malpractice, which allows people greater liberty to sue for medical malpractice. Two, if the pet dies, get the fair market value and any medical expenses that the malpractice caused. Or if the pet lives, to also get medical malpractice. And I have another veterinary bill that requires vets to provide all material information to a pet owner concerning the course of treatment so that the owners can make a good decision. And failing to do that or altering records to cover up any kind of malpractice would be unprofessional conduct and could result in the loss of a license or a fine. So moving on, the final one of note would be the homeowners association would have to retain the recordings of their meetings for 30 days if they record meetings. I had a constituent who at the homeowners meeting was found guilty at kind of a trial, and fines were laid against him. He wanted to appeal, so we requested a copy of the tape the day after the meeting, and they said they had destroyed it. So he had no evidence to mount his appeal. So we're going to say if you're recording these meetings, as they should, you have to save them so that people can request them in a reasonable time thereafter. These are but a few of many bills going through the system, and I've got some more that are heading out, especially having to do with illegal immigration and the state cooperating with President Trump in his efforts to not only secure the border, but do internal immigration enforcement, which I fully support. So stand by for next week's edition, where I'll update you on those bills of mine and still more. Thanks for watching Kavanaghs Korner.